Testing 1 2 1 2 3. If you can hear me and you're joining us, we will be getting going in about 5 minutes, 3 o'clock. You could go ahead and show my camera. Is it not working? Oh.
Oh, it's not popping up here.
Oh, did I hit the power button there? Yeah. Let's try one more. Is it not working? Yeah.
You want to record this on the machine as well?
When I tell you, I'm gonna do a couple of little things first. Okay. I'm just gonna do a little stream on Instagram. Oh, it's fine. Nobody's watching, right? All right. If you're watching this recorded, we're going to be getting going here in about 4 minutes. It's 2:56. And if you're joining us live, we're going to be getting to questions today. We're going to be talking about why our taxes are so high. I actually spent a lot of time researching the topic. Put a lot of time deep diving into the county budget. That's what we're going to be talking about. But I need a little bit of prep time, about 4 minutes, and I should be able to have this done. I'm going to be showing you slides about the biggest increases in the budget and how and why our taxes have gone up by so much. Let's see. Where's just the recent files. Recents. List layout. Okay, recent. It must be the other account. So the thing I wanted to see is this, if you show my computer screen, is this font size too small to read all this stuff? It's probably okay, maybe. You think? I could try to make the font size larger.
These two right here. Hit X on that. X on that.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Close the other one too. One more.
Yeah, that's better. Because I could try making the thing I'm going to be showing the most is this. And if I got rid of this tab.
Is there a power switch on your microphone? And if there is it on or off?
No, there is on this one. I could turn this microphone off. Yeah, now that one's off. Delete.
So as far as you know, that one version doesn't have any sort of switch on it.
This one doesn't, no. As far as I know. No. All right. I'm also going to be showing a video that I think I want to have the audio. So I'll play the video to see if you can hear the audio. Trust this computer. Check your desktop or mobile app. Because it's not, I don't see it in jack work. This is going to be the yurt. He said he uploaded the yurt. Oh, here it is, yurt. Okay. Cool. Maybe screen captures. Yeah. See, can you hear this?
I can't.
You have to turn on the speaker.
Well, usually you could hear it if you're.
It'll sound, yeah, it's for over the live stream. I mean, over that
Oh.
will sound terrible.
Headphones.
Right there.
So let's see how it goes.
Oh, there you go.
Can I hear the mic too?
It's quite high.
Goes.
That's a good hiking. That's a good backpacking. One of her comments for the revisions is that she doesn't want you to say it's hard to get to because lots of families
Yurt!
can't go.
Oh,
We
really?
have made it.
So can you take that out?
Okay.
How was that? That was not too bad.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I haven't seen this yet.
2 miles to get to the yurt.
It's about.
All right, we got to
yeah,
the
about
yurt.
2 miles.
It was semi-strenuous, actually, because I probably took 75 pounds of crap, mostly water. I felt like I should take a lot of water, and I probably took way too much. But it's awesome up here. This is like nobody around for miles. Super clean air. Perfect way to get out of the city. I'll show you around a little bit. Let's go inside. All right, let's show you around the yurt. It's pretty great for what just the basic needs are. You got a skylight right here, so at night we'll be able to see the stars. You got 2 bunk beds. Each bed could sleep 2 to 3 people, probably 4 kids, but 2, 4, 6, 8. Nice, really good, nice wood burning stove right here. You could probably put your pan on here and boil water, plenty of firewood, and we have everything except.
Yeah, it's pretty
coffee. I
basic.
forgot the coffee,
It's pretty
so
rustic.
I'm kind of bummed about that, but tomorrow morning, I guess we could heat up some water.
Ash, could you go ahead and pause this real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I may have cleaned up the audio. Can you go ahead and talk to me?
Testing 1 2. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. Oh, one thing when I'm playing out of these speakers, and then I start talking, you just have to take the speaker volume all the way down. When I start talking, or you start to hear the feedback. Yeah, it was just so I could hear what I'm saying. This is 4 minutes and 39 seconds. This is kind of long. I wanted it to be 2 minutes.
So we are cooking hot dogs.
That was not my
Some
plan.
lentils.
No.
And over
Look
here,
at
we got the
Scamps.
fire going. And it's starting to get a little warmer. What's the temperature?
I think I said something like we're freezing our butts
We got
off right
20
now.
degrees.
Nice.
Hopefully we'll get this warmed up a little bit more.
That's great.
Scamps looks a little worried.
Okay. I think I'll
deal
just
with-
show a minute from this video.
City, we're up here at Scope.
I like the clip of you walking up at the very beginning.
Yeah, will show me walking up.
And then when you're standing outside the yurt.
Yeah. I think we'll go for like 240. Show how to make.
Yeah, I like you leaving with your backpack.
Yeah, I wish we could just cut this in the middle, but 4 minutes is kind of long.
I mean, you should be able to, no?
Well, I guess I'll show it all. Might as well. I
Change
mean,
that 720p down in the corner to whatever goes higher if you can. You see that?
oh yeah, right here. Okay.
Alright, you want me to fade to black or
Yeah.
just make sure you're centered?
Let me do this. I'm gonna do the beginning of it on Instagram. Let's see, how do you do this? I haven't done this forever. Do. Real live. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go in. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1. All right, I want to talk about what we're going to talk about. This is all about today. Where are your tax dollars going, and why does the county need so much more money from you? One of the biggest things we covered in terms of popularity on Instagram on this platform was the Salt Lake County wanting to increase our taxes by 19% on property taxes. That clip went absolutely viral. It got over 1 million views. It got about 4,500 of you commented on it on Instagram. And I thought it's about time we understand where the money's going and where the increases are coming from. It's not clear. It's really not clear. If you're joining me on YouTube and you go to the Salt Lake County website, they have these big, giant budgets that just show 1 million line items. And they pass this budget out to everybody. And you're looking at it like 1 million, like there's seriously like 1 million line items, and you're trying to make sense out of it. I'm going to pull it up on, for those of you watching on YouTube. And it's like they're trying to show you what you're paying for, and how can you possibly understand it when, seriously, there's, like, you'd have to go through, it's not a million, but it's probably 40, 50,000 document or line items. And so what we did, we used ChatGPT to try to make sense out of the budget, especially the increases in the budget. Like, why are we spending nearly 50 to 60% more in the county on almost everything? And why are we spending that much more than we did in 2020? They have about a $900 million budget at the county. And the thing we pointed out in the post we made is that there's 100 people earning over $187,000 a year working at the county. Like, how about you pay people a little bit less? How about we understand the people in Salt Lake County earn on average about 50 grand, and the average household income is about $98,000 a year. How come the top 100 people at the county are earning over $179,000, the top 100 earners? And why does the budget look at about 50 to 60% higher in so many categories? So those were the questions we wanted to answer by doing a big research project using ChatGPT and the last 6 budgets. And so if you join me on YouTube, we're live streaming on YouTube right now, I can go over that with you. I can't do it here on Instagram. The thing that sucks is a lot of people join us on Instagram, and I'm really happy to have you here with us on Instagram, but we can't share our screen on Instagram like we can with YouTube. So we're live streaming on YouTube. Hopefully Instagram doesn't ban us for saying this, but you can join us on YouTube and see all of the details of the budget of what we've uncovered from doing our investigation on the budget. So for those of you joining me also on YouTube, I visited a yurt in the middle of the wilderness with my dog Scamps and Jack, and we're going to show what it's like to go visit a yurt in the middle of winter at 8,500 feet. It's a yurt that's close to Schofield Reservoir. It was really awesome, and I'm going to show a video of that at the end. The star of the show, of course, is Scamps, my golden retriever. She absolutely loves the wilderness. She is a 10-year-old dog, and she had a wonderful time. So I'm going to be showing that at the end. So you get your meat and potatoes, but you get your dessert at the end in the form of joining me on my visit to the yurt. So go out and visit us if you can on the YouTube channel. And I'll keep this open, I suppose, on Instagram, because if you have any comments or questions, I really appreciate those of you who are commenting, leaving questions. This is because of you who have watched that video and commented that we've done this deep dive. And so let's dive right into the budget. Okay, so when we look at the overview, I said we have 6 tabs and 6 categories we're going to go over. When we look at the overview, and I'll describe it for you, for those of you on Instagram still, so you kind of know what I'm talking about, of public safety, we see that the public safety budgetary items have gone way, way, way up. Justice courts went from 726,000 to 15 million, if I'm reading this correctly, 15 million. That's just justice courts. County jail has not increased significantly. District attorney office has gone from 600 to 768,000. Justice courts have gone up a lot. It's really kind of difficult to make sense out of this, though, because here you have in millions, the county jail used to cost $106 million. Now it costs $135 million to operate, so it's gone up by approximately $30 million. I'd like to just audit the county jail, find out why. Is it just they've expanded the county jails? They needed more people? What's going on there? I don't know. The district attorney office, the sheriff's office, youth division. I'm going to publish this so you guys can check it out. But that's one of the biggest things. Public safety has gone way up. Health and Human Services has also gone way up. I think it started out at $273 million. It's now at $316 million. Behavioral health sciences is one of the biggest increases. It's the fiscal year 2025. They spent $173 million on health services, behavioral health services. They were spending $126 million in 2021. Now they're spending $173 million, so $50 million more. Why are we spending $50 million more? I actually got some clues to that by having on the program Salt Lake City District Attorney Sim Gill. And he explained to us that they wanted to have a new behavioral health model in place in Salt Lake City for all of the people who are homeless, who are suffering from mental health disorders, because that is actually one of the biggest problems with the homeless community. Is a lot of people are suffering big time from schizophrenia, PTSD, all sorts of mental illnesses. And so their goal, when I had district attorney on here about 3 years ago, was to put in place far better behavioral health services for homeless people suffering from behavioral health problems. And so we see that here in the budget of $50 million increase from 2021 to 2025. And that is one of the biggest budgetary items. But indigenous services, adult aging services, government immunity, all of these things, I don't even know what that means, governmental immunity. Maybe it's immunization. Those have all climbed a lot, but behavioral health by far the most. Public works and transportation. Let's look at that one now. We see that in 2021, public works operations were $23 million. Now they're $30 million. That's not that big of a surprise. Most of these are not super surprising. I think we're okay with public works and transportation. It's pretty much increased with the rate of inflation, maybe a little more than that. When we go to library, our county library systems, what I notice here is that the capital projects on the libraries has skyrocketed. We were paying nothing in fiscal year 2021 for the library buildings. There were only capital improvement projects that were only $131,000. Then it went up to $1.5 million in fiscal year 22. That's still not a lot when you consider the whole budget. But now we're up to, in fiscal year 2025, almost $5 million in library capital improvement projects. So from zero, or $131,000, we're up to now almost $4.7 million in capital projects. Are they building new libraries that I don't know about? If you know, let me know in the comments below, because that's the only way I could explain it, that they've built new libraries in the county, perhaps like out in South Jordan or Saratoga Springs or Eagle Mountain. Are you guys, are there new libraries? Is that why we have these expenses? But I don't think it is, because there's another budgetary item right here, library buildings. We are spending in fiscal year 2025, last year, $13.4 million on the building. So what are these capital improvements? I just don't know. Obviously, that's a question for the county. I'm trying to get somebody from the county to come on the program. Let's move over to parks and culture, what they're spending on parks. The biggest things I can see by far is the Southwest Valley Art Center. Holy cow. They spent last year $88 million on this Valley Arts Center, Southwest Valley Arts Center. where did that $88 million go to? I'd like to know. The Salt Palace Capital Project. So every year, that was only at $2.2 million in 2021. It quadrupled in 2022 to $8 million, and it more than doubled again in fiscal year 2023 to $18 million. Then it went up by another $10 million in 2024 to $27 million. Now this year it's $30 million. It's crazy what they've spent on the Salt Palace just in the last year. I know they did that expansion, but now we're at about, if I can do my math correctly, we're somewhere in the neighborhood of just shy of $100 million. If we add up all these things in the last 4 years, I think we're just shy of $100 million on the Salt Palace Convention Center. And then they've doubled the operational cost of the Salt Palace. Why is that? Why is the Salt Palace now costing twice as much as it did in 2021? Capital improvement projects have gone way up, but let's now move over and see what are the top movers. What are the budgetary items that have increased by far the most? And if you're going to watch anything, watch this part, because this is where you actually can really see where is all your taxpayer dollars going. Why did they need to increase our taxes by 19% just to break even? You know, it wasn't like they were raising our taxes actually just because they were just like, oh, we think we're going to need more money. No, they needed this money just to break even. And so why did they need so much more money to break even? Let's get into that. If you're joining me on YouTube, here you go. This is the percentage increase over 4 years of every department. We can see that every department has increased by at least 20-ish%, but the biggest by far, the biggest culprits are capital improvements. They're spending so much money on capital improvements. You know why I think that needs to be audited, like in detail, is because that would be such an easy way to get away with corruption. I've been reporting now for 20 years on corruption. The easiest way to have a corrupt politician become rich is he has a brother-in-law who has a company that is works on roads or has a concrete business or does plumbing. And you say to your brother-in-law, hey, how about you bid on this project? We will do a no contest bid and just overbid it by 4 times, and then you give me some of that kickback. That was happening in Sandy until it was called out in the newspaper. They were bidding on putting a sidewalk through Dimple Dell Park, and that bid came out at like $30 million, and then a local concrete company said it should never be costing $30 million. It could be easily done for less than 10. And so I believe there's a ton of graft, a ton of corruption when you're talking about capital improvements, because I didn't go into all these, but there was something like a boiler. They needed to buy a new heating system for one of the library buildings. And the cost of that improvement was about $1 million. Maybe it was $1 million. Maybe they did a competitive bidding process and the best bid was $1 million. But to me, who knows a little bit about HVAC, unless that building is something like over 50,000 square feet, which is definitely not. Most libraries are probably under 15,000 square feet. I don't see why a new heating system should cost $1 million. And you compound those capital improvement projects again and again and again, and I think you get up to this 186.9, basically 187% increase over the last 4 years due to these capital improvements. I don't buy it. I think it needs to be audited. I think somebody needs to go in there and check the books and find out, is there competitive bidding going on with these capital improvements? Because this is where I think you could be cutting way back on the expenses. The county leaders, the mayor and the Salt Lake County Council, acted like they were doing everything in their power to save the taxpayers' money. No, they're not. They cut $11 million to comply with the huge outrage over the 19% increase in taxes by mostly senior citizens on a fixed income. They cut the budget by $11 million. I think they could cut it by a lot more by examining these projects. Visitor promotion contract, it increased by 73%. Like, what is that? They're promoting visitors to come to parks. It went from $9 million up to $16 million in 1 year. It went back down to 7. Where is all that money, that promotion, visitor promotion? They're not spending the money in Utah Stories. Where's all that money going? So these are the questions I'm asking. These are the questions I'd love to have answered by somebody in the county. I would love to be able to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, you know, probably there's just a lot of improvements that needed to be made, and they just, then all of a sudden they needed to spend, I don't know, you know, $8 million more on promoting the parks. Who knows? I just would love to hear from the county and know, what are all these giant percentage increases due to? And so with me on Instagram, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave you here on the YouTube channel. I'm going to now stream what it's like to visit a yurt in the middle of the winter at 8,500 feet in freezing cold temperatures, and how cool it was actually. But thanks all of you for joining me on Instagram. I'm going to stay with you here on YouTube, and I'm going to show you my video of visiting the yurt in Soldier Summit. And this was me with Jack, who is a camera guy, and my dog Scamps. All right, so we drove about 2 hours outside of Salt Lake City. We're up here at Schofield. I think the reservoir's up there. And we are going yurting, going to stay in a yurt for the first time. Scamps is here. We got all our gear we're packing in. You got to pack in your own water. We're going to cook some dinner tonight. And it's me, Scamps, and Jack. And I'm excited. This is the first time I've done this, so let's see how it goes.
It's quite the pack.
Yeah, for one.
Yurt! We have made it. How was that? That's not too bad.
That wasn't too bad. Carrying enough weight for 5 days and need it for the overnight trip. All right, we got to the yurt. It was semi-strenuous, actually, because I probably took 75 pounds of crap, mostly water. I felt like I should take a lot of water, and I probably took way too much. But it's awesome up here. This is like nobody around for miles. Super clean air. Perfect way to get out of the city. I'll show you around a little bit. Let's go inside. All right, let's show you around the yurt. It's pretty great for what just the basic needs are. You got a skylight right here, so at night we'll be able to see the stars. You got 2 bunk beds. Each bed could sleep 2 to 3 people, probably 4 kids, but 2, 4, 6, 8. Nice, really good, nice wood-burning stove right here. You could probably put your pan on here and boil water, plenty of firewood. And we have everything except freaking coffee. I forgot the coffee, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But tomorrow morning, I guess we could heat up some water and drink some hot water. So we are cooking hot dogs and some lentils. And over here we got the fire going. And it's starting to get a little warmer. What's the temperature at? Do you see the temperature gauge? We got 20 degrees.
Gosh, this needs to be edited.
Hopefully we'll get this warmed up a little bit more. Scamps looks a little worried. You gonna be able to? Yeah, it looks like she's wondering when we're going home. We're staying here tonight. Yeah. We're not going home. Last night we got back to the yurt and it was freezing cold, about 18 degrees. And the only mistake I think we made is we should have made the fire right when we got to the yurt, because it took about an hour and a half to warm up because the temperature was dropping as we were building the fire. So we were freezing our butts off. And right now, though, we've got the fire going. We got it toasty in here. We're at 40 degrees. And I managed to find some coffee. This is the coffee situation right now. I got cowboy coffee going on. So if you haven't made that before, you use hot water with your coffee grounds and then pour cold water on top. And then the grounds will sink to the bottom. It's not the best way, but it does work. And it's kind of a nice trick if you've never tried it before. So we're going to have coffee. We're going to get out of here and we'll head off to help her. Scamps is doing good. All right, we're taking off. It was super fun at the yurt. The stars were out last night. It was really good dinner. Got it really toasty and warm. Now back to the car and heading off to Helper, Utah.
All right. All right, there you have it. So, yeah, that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. We surprisingly had cell phone service up there. I kind of think it would be better if we didn't. It's like you get up to a place like that and you're in the wilderness. I love not having cell phone service, but I didn't go crazy with it. I didn't make a whole bunch of phone calls. And so anyway, but I highly recommend it. It's called Soldier Summit Yurts, and they also have Monte Cristo Yurts. And it was so cool just because there were no people there. I love being in the wilderness where there's no people in the vast expanse of Utah. Utah, if you've been reading Utah stories, we like to go out to small towns and find weird people who just love living off-grid, love living the small town life. I think rural living or off-grid living should be more available to more people so you can connect with nature, that you can regain your mental health and rebalance your life. I think we kind of get way too caught up in the rat race and then in this feeling and this anxiety that you get from being on these things all the time. And getting off of those devices, especially if you got kids, I think is highly, highly healthy. And exerting yourself by hiking up to a yurt really makes it a unique experience. So thanks for Soldier Summit Yurt for letting me go up there and check it out. I really had a great time. All right, and with that, if you've got comments on this story, I would love to hear from you. It's really thanks to your comments on our Instagram post that we did this. It's thanks to you getting subscriptions that we can afford to do these kind of investigations. If you want to continue to support our ongoing investigation into our taxes, consider going out to utahstories.com and subscribing to our free monthly magazine. $5 a month gets you this delivered right to your home. But even better, if you become a member, you get Faces of Utah magazine delivered to your home every time we print it. We print it twice a year. This was a very fun issue to put together. You become a member at $10 a month. We'll send you this copy that's got a whole history of downtown Salt Lake City's Main Street, and then all these wonderful business profiles about entrepreneurs, movers and shakers doing incredible things, who have done incredible things, like John Prince, like Case Lawrence. Everybody we profiled in here has a fantastic, awesome story. And we just had a blast putting it together. And if you have half as much fun reading it as we did in writing the stories, I think you'll really enjoy it. So if you just want to buy this without becoming a member, you can buy it for $10. Or you can go out to 327 Main Street, which is Utah Book and Magazine, and buy a copy there from Peter Marshall, who's featured in the magazine. And he'll autograph sign your copy of Faces for you for $10 a month for the first 100 people who buy it. So go check out Utah Bookin' Magazine, and you'll meet one of the coolest characters in downtown Salt Lake City, Pete Marshall and Helen, just awesome people. And yeah, thank you for all our advertising support. I just always have to give a big shout out to White Horse. Just opened up, invited us to their grand new reopening. White Horse burned down, if you didn't know that. And, you know, special thanks to Jason Lacates, who's on the program recently. Their whole building burned down, both of their businesses. They reopened White Horse. It's a fantastic bar, restaurant. Absolutely love those guys. And all of our advertisers, all of our contributors, big shout out and thank you to everyone. Subscribe and help with the magazine. So smash the like button, share this episode with a friend, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram. With that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Question for you. What should I caption the Millie's Burger reel? Because I don't have anything to say.
Gosh, the burger was just not
It's just not great.
not great.
So I don't know.
That is tough. Just say Millie's is